Hey guys, welcome back to the book closet. My name is Shelly and I'm super excited today because I made my very first eBay sale for a book. And so now I'm not just a girl with a lot of books, I'm a bookseller, and so that is super exciting. So I wanted to show you guys what I sold, and then I want to go into the actual profit after shipping and the shipping material cost and the Etsy fee cost, and then ask some questions. See if you guys know the answers to them. So I'm going to show you the books now, and then I'm going to take them, pack them up, come back and show you how they're packed up, what I choose to pack them in, and I'm going to get them down to the post office in a couple of hours so that they can go out today. Today's a Friday, so I want to make sure I get them in the mail just right straight away. So I'm super excited. And I hope you guys will keep watching until the end. Like and subscribe, follow my journey. And we're on a 365-day challenge to be a bookseller and see how we do. And so the first book is The Bone Pickers. I actually listed this book last night and I didn't even get it to the shelf. I just set it aside, was going to take care of it all this morning. So it's a book about Texas oil field, I think. So anyway, it's just a really nice looking fiction book. 1958's the copyright, first edition, third printing. So there you go. I could have probably held out since it was just last night I listed it, but I wanted to get my first sale. We'll try to be super profitable as we go on. The other order that I got an offer for was actually a bundle. So I told you guys in the last video that I was going to be working on bundles. So I sold this bundle. It is antique jewelry and 2 different costume jewelry books. So I'll just open one up right quick for you. This guy here, just some pretty pictures of jewelry and some list prices. Probably worth a lot more nowadays because this book is not new. It is 2000, so it's already 25 years old. Can y'all believe that? Wow, that's insane. 25 years ago was the year 2000. So these are my 4 books that I'm gonna pack up in 2 different packages, and I'm gonna get them to the post office today. I'll come back in here, show you my packages right quick. I'm not going to video all of the packaging process today, but I'm gonna get these boxed up and get them to the post office. Then we'll talk about my profit and my net sales, my gross sales, all of that stuff, and see how we're doing. Hey guys, we're back in the book closet. I got both of my orders boxed up. I wanted to show you the box I'm using. This is a foldable shipping box that I got off of Amazon for about 79 cents. You can see the lines there where it folds down for each level, and you can also fold it on this side. I did not like this box as much as I thought I would because it does take a lot of tape to tape up the seams on both sides, and then a piece across the top as well. So this box and this book is the Bone Picker book, and it cost $6.13 to ship, and the box itself was 79 cents on Amazon, and then the tape and the packing that I'll put in it. I feel like this is about $7.50 to ship, so I feel like that's a little bit high. I'm not sure the bubble mailers are any cheaper, although a lot of people do use those. I will probably use those mostly, unless if I can find a smaller version of this box, I will get it. If not, I may use the bubble mailers. Let me show you. If I wanted to say I wanted to ship this book here, Julie Clausen is my favorite author of all time. If I wanted to ship this book here, it's quite a bit smaller than this box, and this box won't fold down a whole lot more to accommodate that smaller book, which this is just a normal book size. So I think if I can find these smaller, I'll keep using them. Otherwise I may switch to bubble mailers for some orders, but I do like the protection that the box gives. So we're gonna go over the list price, the sale price, the offer price, all of the little things, how long it took to sell, and We're going to talk about all of those things. I'm just so super excited that I got my first sales today, and I hope you guys will like and subscribe and follow my journey, and we're going to talk about the prices. Okay guys, I thought we would just sit down at the desk for a minute, and I'm going to go over my book sales and let you guys see on paper what we did. And so I'm just going to write here book 1 and book 2. And I have all of my information already calculated out for you. I just thought it would be easier to look at it this way. So on my jewelry books, I listed those 3 books for $20, and the buyer paid shipping of $6.99. So that gave me a total of $26.99. My cost for these 3 books was $9, which was steep. At my very first estate sale, I probably would not buy that again. And so I would subtract that. And there was also a eBay fee. They took 15.3%. So we'll subtract that. It was $4.46. And they also took 40 cents for the listing fee. My shipping fee was $9.13 to ship 3 books. These books were heavy. They were 6.5 pounds roughly. And my packaging cost was 99 cents that I calculated for my box and the paper that went in the box and the tape and the label and everything. So it was right at $1. So my whole profit for these 3 books was $3.01. That's it. So these 3 books, it took from May 23rd to May 30th. So that's 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So 7 days. 7 days to make $3.01. Book 2 was the bone pickers. The bone pickers. The sale price on this book was $18. That's a good price, I feel like, for a single book. The buyer paid $4.99 for shipping. So that gave me $22.99. And my cost for this book was $2. So I subtract that. And my 15% eBay fee, 15.3% for eBay, was $3.75. So I'm going to subtract that. My listing fee of 40 cents, I'm going to subtract that. It cost me $6.13 to ship this in the box. And my packaging of 99 cents. That left me with a profit of $8.16, which isn't bad for 1 book, and it took me 1 day to sell this book. So you guys can see the difference with the 2 scenarios. So one thing that I want to just make sure that people understand when they're going into any type of business, whether it be selling books at resale or our other business that we have is making home decor items, and the material cost for the book, we have my $2 for the book. We have the shipping, the packing, and then we have the fees. So I can't say, oh, I bought a $2 book and sold it for $18, because I did not buy a $2 book and sell it for $18. I bought a $2 book and sold it for $8.16. So that's still a good profit. Would I buy 3 books so that I can have a $3 profit? Probably not, because it's really only $1 per book. If I had sold these books separately based on the going rate of the book and the comps that I had, I would have probably been negative $5, because I could not have sold all 3 books. Or I could have sold all 3 books for $15 a piece, and that would have been $45, but I would have had to pay more here. I would have paid this 3 times. I would have paid 15% on $45 instead of $20. My shipping cost would have probably been more like $6 for each book. So that would have been $18 plus $3. So I haven't done all that math, but have I done the math, it would have been a negative. I would have not come out positive. So for my very first sale, I'm happy with $3. Also, for my second sale, I'm happy, really, really happy with this $8 here. So those are the 2 scenarios that, like, actual profit on these books. And I'll tell you my situation with the buyer of this book right here. Okay, so we went over the numbers, and you can see the profit for each book. And let me tell you about the situation with buyer number 1 on the 3 books. I had those listed at $25, and they asked for, they submitted an offer for $20, and so I checked what the profit would be. So I knew if I accepted the $20 what the profit would be. So I accepted the $20, and it said when you accept the offer, payment will be automatically put into your account. And guys, remember, I am new to eBay. I am not an eBay seller. So I just thought that, okay, I didn't think anything of it really. So I accepted the offer, and a couple of hours later I shipped the book. Well, about an hour after I shipped the book, I got a message from the buyer asking for a different address, for me to ship the products to a different address. And as an online seller with our other stores, I know, even though I don't sell on eBay, like, I know that that's not something that you do. If you want your book shipped somewhere, you put the address in that you want it shipped to. So I told him very politely, I have to send it to the address that eBay gives me. I've already shipped it. I apologize. So they told me I needed to be careful with that. I needed to pay attention, and I needed to give them a refund, because now they're going to have to ship the books to the address they originally wanted it to go to, because it was a birthday present. They wanted a shipping refund. So I politely told them I shipped it to the address provided by eBay, and I cannot offer a refund. They told me again, you need to turn off automatic payments on offers. Okay, I said, thanks for the advice. Have a great day. Which, it really struck me. So I went and I looked at my buyer, and the buyer is a bookseller. They have 4,000 books listed on their account. So it really made me think that they're buying my book and having me ship it to their customer, and now that they want me to give them a refund, and they're schooling me on how to operate my eBay account, which I didn't really appreciate that very much at all. So I didn't give them a refund. They were polite, I was polite, but I just thought, wow, that's interesting. So I thought I'd mention it to you guys so that you can know. So I did go do some research, and you can turn off the accept automatic payment. But from what I understand, a pain for eBay sellers is people that buy stuff or make offers on stuff, and then they don't send their payment in. So then you have to give them 4 days to make their payment. So your item is out of commission for 4 days. If they don't make the payment in 4 days, then you can go back and list it and try to resell it again. But so I think it's a mindset for the platform. You're making an offer. Well, I'm making you an offer, but I may not really want to pay that. Will you accept this offer if I decide later that I wanted to make this offer? I don't really know. Really, in the real world, how it works, you make an offer on something and somebody accepts it, you're making your payment. You're buying it. Buy it now. Make an offer. It seems like it should all be straightforward. So that's something I've learned this week selling my first 2 books, is that eBay has a different mindset than Amazon and Etsy and our website that we sell on for our other stores. So I'm gonna have to manage that differently and get used to that. I'm not going to turn off my automatic payments on my accounts just yet. If it becomes a huge problem and I'm not getting a lot of sales or something, I may try it as a tactic on some of my listings, and we'll see. So that was my first book selling experience on eBay, my very first sale ever on eBay. And so I hope that's helpful for you guys. I hope that you will like and subscribe to my channel so that we can keep making these videos. And I hope this content ends up being helpful. I haven't been able to find many videos on eBay. First time selling, very first sale you've ever made, how did it go, that kind of stuff. There's a lot of videos on how to sell on eBay and how to get your first sale, and they're very informative, but it's generally about listing and things. So I just wanted to put this out there so that you guys can see the way that it worked for me. I am super excited that I got my first sale. I haven't had any sales since then. Hopefully this week we'll have some more sales as I get my books listed. I didn't go sourcing this weekend. Hopefully I'll get to go sourcing next weekend a little bit. I still have a lot of books, probably at least 35 to 40 that I need to list. It really does take a lot of time. So it's not as easy as all these hype YouTubers want to make you think it is. And I do like the ones that I like that are honest and straightforward and they tell you the details, because it's not easy. And it does take time, and it does take, I think my longest process right now is researching the books, and I probably take way too long on that. But as I'm learning, it'll probably get faster. So hopefully it will. Hopefully we can keep selling books and I don't go broke in this process. So remember the challenge is by next spring, making about $500 a month consistently so that I can make my car payment consistently with just eBay book selling, because we love books. So you guys have a great day, and I hope that was helpful.